Hey everybody, this is Herschel Fromm from High School Top 200. This 2016 review of Rotorua Boys High is brought to you by Fineline Barbers. Fineline Barbers in 2017 in September, they're going to be putting on an Aotearoa barbering competition. Vinnie from Fineline Barbers has teamed up with some major barbering suppliers and also other majoring supporting companies that will put on this Aotearoa barber competition. The best thing about this is that you don't need any certificates to join. If you're just really good at barbering, you're just real talented, you want to jump in, you can jump in. They want to bring a recognition, they want to bring some credit, they want to bring some fame and some notoriety to all these talented guys around the country, and that's why they're putting together this competition. They Fineline Barbers is going to be putting up a Facebook page and an Instagram page so that we as a public can go and see the work of all the barbers that are going to be coming to this competition. If you want to jump in this competition, you can start posting up your stuff on Facebook, on this Facebook page and this Instagram page that Vinnie will set up. And then we as a public can see it, and we can comment and we can share it around and do all that kind of stuff, and let's try and make these guys famous within our own country and hopefully overseas. The best thing about this and what I like about it as well is that if you're following someone who is not in your area, so like if you live in Auckland and you like this guy from Wellington or Christchurch, and you can follow him throughout the year, and then in September on the day of the competition you can actually book this guy to give you a haircut, and you can get cut up by the guy that you actually like. This is gonna show some real light on the talent that we have in New Zealand, because I think we have a lot of talented barbers in New Zealand, just nobody knows who there is. So it's like, well, this barbering competition, this Aotearoa barber competition is going to bring all those guys together as well, and we're going to see who the best barber in the country is. No tickets, no certificates or anything like that. Just if you're really talented and you work in a barbershop and you want to show your skills, you can. There's going to be other companies there. So barbers can actually come also as well, and then and largen and broaden and big up their network within the barbering competition, within the barbering scene, and you can meet up with other suppliers as well. So it's going to be a good good growth for the barbering competition and for the barbering industry that we have in New Zealand. So Fineline Barbers is going to bring that together to you, Aotearoa barber competition in September 2017. Now, let's talk about Rotorua. I love the school. Honestly, I love Rotorua and what they do. I love the players that they come out with, and they're just real hearty guys that come out and they just put everything on the line. Tough physical dudes, don't really care who you are kind of mentality. They play a real fast game, quick hands. Real tough attitude at the breakdowns, play real physical in your face kind of stuff too in the forward pack, and even this year they did the same thing too. I just liked the way that they played, and it was hard. Like, you know, they went through what everybody goes through that wins the nationals, is the fact that you're gonna go to Japan at the beginning of the year before competition starts. And you don't want to go unprepared, so you sort of play some preseason games for the Sanex competition, then you go to Japan, then you play all those hard games over there, and as much as we like to think that we are the best in the world at First 15, and I think we are, you still have to go over there and perform as well on that long ass flight, play all those hard games, have a long ass flight back. And then what Rotorua did is that they knew that once they got back the week after, they were going to play St John's in Hamilton. So they didn't want to do that extra trip, knowing that on the next Saturday after they would have to drive back up to Hamilton. So they just did it on the way back. Now, I don't think that Rotorua knew how good St John's actually were, because they almost lost that game, and they should have lost that game. I honestly reckon they should have lost that game. And if it wasn't for those two drop tries, and that momentum would have changed, and they would have lost that game. And that would have been a terrible way to finish their trip back to New Zealand from Sanex. They're lucky they pulled out of that one, but I think if they knew that they were going to be that good, I think they would have had that rest. They just would have went home, had that rest, maybe did some light sessions and stuff like that, maybe some classroom stuff, and then really came up prepared for and alert for that. But it's lucky that it fell that way. I think this year was actually pretty successful. It was hard that they had that loss to, even after beating Hamilton Boys, they had that loss again to go through to the top four. That was hard for them, and for every school it is. But I still think it was kind of successful. Like I still think that they proved that they were a team that you couldn't just run over. They proved that they're still the same Rotorua Boys that are winning. That's a winning program and a proven winning program with really good coaches. And I like the coaching staff there. Like I really do. Like I like the way that they play their boys and prepare their boys. Not even just. It's like they know how to mold that talent into something that they know that will work for them. And that's something that I really, and you see it every single year. Like I thought Ruben this year had a good year, and I wasn't really even expecting him to have that great of a year. Like I knew he was good, but this year he just stepped it up big time. Like I thought he was one of their main players. Tada, obviously, and Caleb had really good years. Hayes, of course, like I think Hayes was the best player. Actually, in the team, I actually think he was the best player in the team. Like I thought, he should have made that Barbarians first off, not even just by injuries, but he should have just been there first off. Like, and because they had such a deadly backline as well with so much talent, they were just running through as well. So and they were running through teams that were good backline teams, and they still had that talent. I really like the forwards, like Jake coming up from Paraparumu, what was he, Kapiti College? He coming up, I think it showed how good he actually was. I thought he was one of the best open sides that we had out there this year. And he can come back next year. I don't know if he will, but if he does, he's going to be one of the best that we'll have again this year at open side. And he should be in line for that that black jersey next year if he comes back. I think next year is going to be hard. Next year is going to be a sort of a trial rebuilding year. But I know that they have some good players. Like I know that they have guys that will come through. Like Rawiri Manley is a guy that has been talked about a lot. Tane Paki is another guy who's talked about a lot. Kaipo Brown, I hear a lot about as well. Brad Coulson as a first five, but there's this young kid that I really like, and he's one of the guys that I was referring to for as one of the young stars coming up and to watch, Caleb Strickland, and I think will be a good prospect to probably watch out for. And it's always different because you see you guys that maybe jump up, but he's like a guy that I think maybe want to watch out for. He was in the under-16s this year for Bay of Plenty. Obviously Tama Teotu, who will probably start next year as a fullback, and he's just like his brother, so like he's gonna be sharp. He's gonna be a guy to watch out for as well. Michael Hewitt as a prop, he's probably a guy that you'd probably want to watch out. Solid kind of player, real solid, stocky kind of player. Mungales, so he's going to be one of those kind of dudes. And another guy is Tuki Simpkins, who's only a year 10 player. He's a lock right now, but I think he'll be one of those guys that will end up being a really good blindside or like a really good number 8 or something like that, depending on how tall he grows. But he's going to be one of those kind of guys. So like those guys are, for right now, the guys that I'm probably looking at, and he's only a year 10, so it's going to be cool to see what these players turn out like. They're going to have a hard schedule next year. I'm not too sure what they're going to be like. I think as the they'll probably be ranked just off the top of my head, like right now, and I haven't actually done too much homework on it. Probably 15 to 20, something like that. They'll definitely be a top 25 school next year, and they'll still be strong. And it's just going to be it's going to take a good coaching staff to organize these players and to see where they need to plug all these gaps and fill all these guys and actually rebuild to be the Rotorua that we're used to. And I think they can do it because they have a really good crop of players that always come through. And yeah, it's going to be a real good test for the coaching staff. I'm going to see how good they're going to do it. I think I think they're going to have a good year. Just thinking about it now, I honestly think that they're going to have a good year. Still going to be a top 25 team next year, and we'll see how well they go. Rotorua is always strong, so yeah, you're always going to have to watch out for them and what they bring. It's my review of Rotorua boys for 2016. Have a look out for them for next year. It's going to be a good year. Rotorua. Peace.